Watch or drop Oshi.
Had my mic off. Not ideal. Let's see. This should be better now. Hello? Okay, yeah. Let's go. All right. My bad, guys. We're officially talking winter 2026 anime. And I just wanted to start off by saying that we are living in a time, an amazing time to be alive with the winter's 2026 anime, because it's so good. We are eating so good right now. I'm trying to access my chat, but it's not letting me. Why are you like this? Oh, there we go. Can I go in? Let me in. Let me into the live. All right, perfect. I just need to mute this. I'm sorry, guys. This is bad television. Okay, I'm here. Welcome, everyone, to Senpai. Welcome to Senpai's Circle. So yeah, I'm talking about the anime that have come out this year. Let me know if you can hear me, if the music's too loud. The first anime I wanted to highlight is Fate Stay Strange. Fate Strange Fake. I always mess up the name. I knew this was gonna be gas. Didn't know it was gonna be this type of gas. I love Poppy. I'm a big fan of the Fate series. It's funny because I went and looked up the order, and there's a whole diagram. And of course, the diagram looks like something out of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where it's like I cannot tell what the hell's going on in that diagram. But nonetheless, it's great. You don't really need to watch Fate Night Stay to watch this. It's pretty much self-explanatory. It's a new Grail War, and yeah, it's pretty dope in my opinion. I really enjoy this anime a lot, especially since Saber usually is Arturia. So for that to be Richard for once was definitely it was refreshing. And Richard is so funny. I'm so used to Arturia being somber and like, oh my, the kingship. So I really like the dynamic. And also Gilgamesh, there's something about Gilgamesh, man. He's just goated. I always loved Gilgamesh. What's the next one we want to talk about? It's also funny because somebody was like, they dropped the ball by dropping the anime a year before they had the rest of it. It's like Fate never drops the ball. Fate always comes through and kills it. Hey, what's going on, Destiny? Yeah, bro, that's just good, bro. It's good. You're gonna like it, and they don't goon too much. So I feel like it's gonna be one of them shows you like. So the next one I gotta talk about is Polar Opposites. 2025 was a year of me learning, and I learned about. You watched the first episode, bro? It was fights. It was fisticuffs. I loved Fate Strange. Like it's watching a movie. You and I are polar opposites, though. When I tell you, man, I'm not hip to the romance world, but this anime, it's just a great blend of like hilariousness. It's cute. It's funny. It gives me Dress Up Darling vibes, where essentially Suzuki is super popular and our boy Tani is quite the opposite. He's kind of like Gojo and not the Gojo from JJK. But I put on the first episode and I was just loving this anime. Highly recommend. If you like romance anime, you gotta check out Polar Opposites. I never thought in the year 2026 I'd be recommending Polar Opposites as an anime, but here we are. Romance anime is back on top. All right. You thought I was gonna go 3 anime without mentioning the goated Jujutsu Kaisen? Oh my God, man. Let me just say, hold on, I'm just telling people on YouTube. The Circle, I should have told people on Instagram, but I forgot. So Jujutsu Kaisen, the Culling Game arc is amazing. That's all I can say. When I watched the first with the movie had me floored. So of course the first 2 episodes are Jujutsu Kaisen's movie, you know? But it's still absolutely fantastic. The last episode, they did an explanation of the Culling Game more, and we needed it. No matter what anybody says, we needed the explanation. So I don't care. I wanted episode 3, and I now understand what the fuck's going on. What's going on, Ivan? Welcome on into the circle. We're just talking about the anime that came out this year. Just highlighting the ones that I found to be the most interesting. So yeah, next, because I've been watching a lot of fucking anime. Best PowerPoint I've seen. Come on, Destiny. At least it was moving, bro. Like they had, you know, there was like a little narration too. Look, I know I'm talking about 2026 anime, but GNOSIA is still ongoing. And it started last year. It's going on through winter. This is an anime for people who don't want to watch power fantasy, who don't want to watch romance, who want to watch a psychological thriller that continues to subvert expectations. Okay? Excellent. Oh, wait. Destiny, you're saying that you enjoyed the PowerPoint presentation? Oh, well, yes, I agree, Destiny. I learned so much from watching that PowerPoint. Learned more than I've ever learned in a business meeting, I'll tell you that much. Anyways, GNOSIA is that show. I cannot recommend it enough. It has great character acting, great character development. The whole premise is that they pretty much are in a time loop and have to learn about the people in the ship. Excellent show. Cannot recommend GNOSIA enough. It's more of a 2025, but it's ongoing in 2026, so I get to get away with mentioning that. What's going on, Rengoku? Welcome on down. All right, next. You might have seen my video about this one. Noble Reincarnation, Born Blessed, so I obtained the ultimate power. This anime surprised me. I was what's going on, Rengoku? I was very surprised at just how well done a kind of sloppy isekai, oh, thank you so much, Rengoku, came off. Like, the animation isn't stellar, but I do like how, I mentioned in the prior video, that there are all the princes. Like, we get to see all the princes, man. And the second prince seems to be using his youngest brother as a pawn, but the younger brother is goated, and he knows. For sure, Destiny. Hey, I appreciate you stopping by, bro. You know, love everything you do, man. Have a great day, bro. But yeah, and also in this one, this is the polar opposite of the other isekai, where essentially the dad is like, I'm gonna kill you. This one, the guy's dad actually realizes that he's got some chutzpah, and he kind of backs him. Really enjoy the show. Like the relationships that the 13th Prince has with his other brothers. Something that you typically don't get to see in these reincarnated anime. So highly recommend Noble Reincarnation. Really fun anime to me. Yeah. Hell's Paradise. I mean, what can we not say about Hell's Paradise? It is Mappa's, like, it is goated. It's not Mappa's golden child just because Mappa has so many great animes, including, like, we almost forgot about Rize Arc. Like, that didn't come out last week or last year. But nonetheless, Hell's Paradise has been amazing. I really enjoyed Hell's Paradise and everything that they're doing there. It's just, you don't often get one of these animes that aren't driven by some kind of romance and stuff like that. And I love Gabimaru's relationship with, why am I blanking on her name? The samurai woman. Oh, why am I blanking? I've watched too much anime, so I can't remember her name. But nonetheless, I like that they have kind of like a companionship, and it's not like him trying to go after her and changing his sights. Like, he loves his wife, and he's sticking to the plot. And I liked how they kind of leaned into his weakness is his strength. It's really good. Hey, I appreciate you, Rengoku. It's all good, man. Thank you for stopping by, brother. But yeah, Hell's Paradise is doing great. Mappa is cooking with the animation. The fight with Gabimaru and I think Chozobe, I'm always mispronouncing words, amazing. They know what they're doing over there. And it's just a very good story in general. So can't say enough positive things about Hell's Paradise. Let's see. You and I are opposites. I mean, you know, there's no way I'm doing a live stream and I don't speak about the goated anime, my favorite anime of 2025. Oh, damn. My bad, bro. I didn't even realize that I had that incorrectly put up. They're like, what are you talking about? It's not even summer. You're right, bro. Let me go fix this. How do I fix my lives? Oh, yes, perfect. Thank you for pointing that out, bro. I didn't realize it's like Silva 2026 winter anime. They're like, why did you put up summer? I appreciate you, Lee Alex, because it's definitely winter. I stream using OBS, so that shit just puts up whatever the last stream was. So my bad about that. So yeah, Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider was my favorite anime of 2025. My favorite Danma was Lord of the Mysteries. We'll have a conversation about that on another stream because I do owe you guys a top 10 2025. This is me just talking about anime 2026. And Tojima falls in this line because it got its core too. I think it started last week. And Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider is such a hard anime to explain what it's about because it is about so many things all at once. Essentially, this guy always wanted to be a Kamen Rider, and he is essentially living out his dream at 40 years old. And reality is merging with delusion. And every character in this show is batshit crazy, at least in my opinion. But that's the problem, is that like while they're crazy, what makes them crazy is actually becoming a reality. So it's like, can we even call them crazy anymore? It's a very interesting plot, and it's comedy, it's action, it's kind of fantastical. It's fiction, but it's not fiction, but it is fiction. Just great. And the last episode, they didn't even show a Kamen Rider. It was all about food, and I loved it. I loved every moment of it. Cannot speak high enough praises about Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider. Yeah, all right, no more glazing Tojima because I will sit here and just talk about that for ages. Let's see. Okay, so Scum of the Brave. And people can be like, Scum of the Grave? Why are you going to Scum of the Brave? Look, my boy LJ explained to me that Scum of the Brave is done by the same guy that made Sentence to Be a Hero. So I think Scum of the Brave was his first work or his earlier work, and then he made Sentence to Be a Hero. It's interesting because you can see how these two animes are made by the same person, but at the same time, the tone and the genre are very different. Scum of the Brave, it's more of a mafia, cybernetic, futuristic anime where these guys, these braves, essentially use a drug called E3 to help them boost their powers. And all the mafia demon lords / mafia bosses are all like augmented through cyberkinetics and stuff like that. So it's like a, how do I say, like a steampunkish, futuristic power fantasy. And I really, really like it. The main character isn't your typical hero. I think that's what Rocket Shokai he's known for is, you know, the main character isn't somebody you always would picture saving the day. And he is not afraid to get his hands dirty. He will get rid of people. He ends lives. And the girl that's traveling with him, or the girl who keeps on calling him master, wants him to be the best brave he can be is the vibe I'm getting. And like, she believes in him and she doesn't want him to kill. So it's one of those dynamics, kind of a mentor or sensei, even though he does not want to be her sensei. Through 2 episodes, I really liked it a lot, and I can't wait to see where the plot goes. With that being said, let's just go to Rocket Shokai's other anime, which is Sentenced to Be a Hero. Of course, I'm going to scroll and not find this easily. That's what happens. Like, you start scrolling into the abyss, and then you're like, what? Come on. Sentenced to Be a Hero. That comes out on Saturday, no? No, it comes out on Thursday. That's why I can't find it. Wait, you should be next to JJK. That's another thing. Crunchyroll, I pay for all your services. Can you make it easy for me to find the anime I want to find? Like, why was it so hard to find Sentenced to Be a Hero? What I have heard is that Scum of the Brave will have 24 episodes. I believe it, bro, because so far it started off great. And if he also made Sentenced to Be a Hero, I'm pretty sure Sentenced to Be a Hero is getting 24. Just the way that it's been going, I really like Sentenced to Be a Hero. And I really like Scum of the Brave. And it's crazy to me that he got 2 greenlit. Now, Sentenced to Be a Hero did get pushed back. So probably that's why. He was about to have a really time, because imagine having Sentenced to Be a Hero run through the fall, and then your other show comes out in the winter. Anyways, sorry, lost track. Sentenced to Be a Hero, another show by Rocket Shokai, the same creator of Scum of the Brave. But this one, the tone is a little bit different. You can see in their hairstyles, the main characters, very similar. But Xylo Forbrots is essentially a person who was like the leader of a White Knights Brigade and essentially was betrayed. They didn't get too deep into what exactly happened, but he was betrayed by his people, and long story short, he's now a hero that is reincarnated every time he dies. The word hero is loosely used. They're not viewed as heroes whatsoever. They are treated like trash, at least through the first 2 episodes that I saw. And this anime surprised me. And the only reason I say it surprised me because it got pushed back, and there was some issues with the production, so I was worried. Man, that first episode was an hour long, and I wanted more. I was upset when it ended. And then the second episode, they did a great job of building upon what they did in the first. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Sentenced to Be a Hero is a top-tier anime, and if they keep the pacing, it's going to be talked about for years to come. And, that's just my opinion. Yeah, just a guy yapping on the internet. All right. Let's see. What else? I have been watching. I'm going to go over to High Dive next because I got some High Dive shows that I want to talk about, too. I love jungle music and, like, breakbeat music. It's just so cool. All right. Roll Over and Die, man. Roll Over and Die is something, like, I don't know how to explain it to you, but this anime is wild. It's kind of like a banished from the hero party type of situation where, she was revered as this hero and she was selected to go and save the world. But we find out that, like, all her stats are like 0 or whatever. And, like, she has like a reverse thing going on. Like, her whole ability is like reverse stat or something like that. So at first, everybody thinks that she's like weak and trash. But what happened is that nobody understands how her power works. This is the typical anime. Just like when people thought Asta was trash because he couldn't use magic, and it's like, well, no, he's anti-magic. Well, our main character here, Flum, can reverse all things. And so she's pretty much sold into slavery and in a situation where it's live or die. And there's a cursed sword. She picks up the cursed sword, and everybody else is essentially killed by this sword. But this sword essentially reverses everything for her and makes her OP. And so it's a dope way of flipping the trope of, like, well, she's weak, but the reason she's weak is because she reverses everything. So now that she has a weapon that can be reversed, it adds to her stats. And then I think in the second episode, she gets armor. So it's going to be interesting to see how far they push this whole stat reversal thing with her. Very, very interested in Roll Over and Die. It's been a great anime so far, and I look forward to watching more of it as the year goes on. Not the year, but the month. I think it's only 12 episodes. I really got to watch Spy Fam. I've been fading it. I caught up to season 2. Like, I watched all season 2. And I just want to binge Spy Fam, so I'll get on it. So I'm going to talk about Shibugoyi. Shibaguji. Playing death games to put food on the table. I have to watch episode 2. I did watch the whole episode 1. I just wanted to make a video complaining about it. People were like, what do you mean by being too cute? And what I mean by that is I play a lot of fantasy football, and in fantasy football there's a you got to be you got to toe the line, but you also got to be different, you know? And so that's what happens in anime for me too. I think that like you have to toe the line, but you also got to be different. And in this anime, they were trying to do a death game without blood, and to me, it just felt like they were trying to be too different. And I get it. That's how the manga was. So they're staying true to the manga, and I ain't mad at them for that. But I just really don't enjoy this anime or anime. I haven't enjoyed this anime yet. We'll give it another shot later today when I get back from the gym. I got to get to the gym. I've been slacking. Lee Alex, honestly speaking, everyone thought that winter 2026 is stacked. I've actually looked forward to 2026 spring. And in my opinion, it's even worse than winter 20. Dude, so spring has my favorite show of all time, Tensura. Well, not my favorite show of all time, but it's my favorite isekai. That time I was reincarnated as a slime. You ain't got to tell me twice. April's about to be a movie. July's about to be a movie because Skeleton Knight Reborn is back. Bleach is back. I honestly, I can't think too far ahead because the stuff in front of me has got me like, But Shibaguji or whatever, death games, putting food on the table, it's not bad. It's just not my cup of tea. I understand why a lot of people like it. And I hope that people can understand why it's not for me. And that's fine. Okay, moving on. Because if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Part-time, the daily life of a part-time torturer, it starts off really good. I got to get back to it. I just got so inundated with all the new anime. I wanted to do this as a watch-along, and I probably will. I did the first one, and it was really good, and it performed well. A lot of people were interested in it. It's just, it's a different type of show, so it's like, you got to really be committed to the bit. I like it. Mike is my favorite character. He looks like a little mouse, but I really like him. It's just about these guys who their part-time job is torturing people. They're all, to make us feel better, we know that they're all villains and not good people, so it's like it's okay that they're torturing them. But it's a very weird premise, very satirical. I like it a lot. I'm gonna continue reacting to it. I just so many good animes, too many good anime. All right, what else on Crunchyroll that I'm watching? I need to check this one out. The villainess is adored by the prince of the neighbor kingdom. I'll be honest with you though, I do prefer watching romance and those type of shows dubbed. It just is a little easier for me. I know that no matter what, if the story's good, it doesn't matter. But damn, when it's dubbed, it's just a lot easier for me to digest, to put it simply. All right, what else have I watched from this 2026? We're keeping it 2026. We're not going too far back. I need to do the video about 2025 because there was so many bangers. It's almost to the point where like I just don't want to forget anything from 2025. That's why I'm like really trying to curate that list for you guys. I'll probably try to do that video tomorrow. I gotta Dead Account. Dead Account was really, really good. A lot of people were talking about Dead Account. I'm glad I picked it up. It reminds me a little bit of like Bleach and Yu Yu Hakusho, where it's like these guys kind of exercising what they're being called as dead accounts because people who really resonated with their social media accounts become ghost through their social media accounts. This is a lesson to all you people that are chronically online. You don't want to become a dead account, all right? You don't want to do it. It doesn't sound fun. And I saw what happened to the main character's sister. You don't want to be a dead account. Trust me. Trust me, daddy. But so far, so good. Action looks great. Not one of those crazy action animes. It's not Fate Stay. It's not Fate Strange. It's not JJK. But it started off really, really good. Dude, there's this one show that's not popping up when I want it to pop up. It's not Noble Reincarnation. It's another one. Everything's Reincarnated. What the hell is it called? I couldn't find it yesterday, but it was oh man, it's a really good one. It's another isekai, but in this one, the kid. Oh yeah, territory defense. Yeah, there we go. Easygoing territory defense. If you can't tell, there's a theme with me. I like my slop isekai. Easygoing territory defense by the optimistic lord. Production magic turns a nameless village into the strongest fortified. Dude, they be making sure that Google's going to pick up on something. It's like, oh, you like isekai? One of these words is going to fit what you're looking for. This one reminds me of Seven Prince in the way that it's an isekai that's like, whatever, seasonal. But the animation has been very good. I mean, I was like, for a slop isekai, they are really showing out on this show. I love that. I love when a show kind of just gives us everything it can. And, you know, long story short, his family, I think they usually are either wind or fire magic. So they had this expectation that he was going to be this great fire magician because he was a genius at 2 or whatever. And when he does his aptitude test, he has production magic. And of course, production magic's the worst magic. Or at least that's how it's perceived. So they send him off into like the boonies. And he's like essentially at the very end of the territory. So they're susceptible to being attacked. But we find out in the second episode that he's actually the best equipped to be here. Because he can create things. And I guess because he has a large mana pool, what typically happens to people who have production magic is that they can't expend enough mana. Like, it's too much mana for them. So they're very limited in what they can do. But our boy here, our boy Vaughn, he can do whatever he likes. So it's a very cool take on having an OP power that isn't considered OP is probably the best way for me to put it. Easygoing territory defense by the optimistic lord. Production magic turns a nameless village into the strongest fortified city. Yeah, pretty good. All right, I feel like there's one more here before I get to High Dive. I do want to say I am going to watch this show. I started it and was like flabbergasted at how well done it was and how that like literally nobody's talking about it. Like, I have yet to see any reaction videos to Tis Time for Torture Princess. And it just kind of looks like something I would like. I don't think it's going to be, what was that great anime? May I ask you one final thing? But there's some aspects of it that was like, maybe. Another one that I'm going to be watching is Kaya-chan Isn't Scary. I did a trailer video about it in the past, and it's also dubbed. Essentially, this girl can see spirits, and a lot of things happen around her. So her parents and people around her think that she's like a bad kid, when in truth, she's actually out there just kicking demons' asses, which is really dope. And so I haven't watched it yet, but I already know, given the tone and the vibe that I've seen, that it's going to be one of those ones. And any anime that starts off by being dubbed from the jump usually is going to be good. Yeah, Van literally built. Yo, I saw he built that mansion. I was like, okay, this dude is going places. He built an entire mansion in like 2 seconds. That was incredible. Okay, so Aya-chan. There's one other one. Okay, I didn't mean to click that. I meant to click this. So I definitely want to watch Kunon, the sorcerer can see. The premise of this show is that this sorcerer cannot see. And I think the way that this works is he creates magic using water. He wants to create. See, I did research on this show and I forgot everything about it. But he essentially wants to create new eyes using water magic, and like it's a very different take on like magical shows. It just seems really dope from the trailer. So I'm definitely going to check this out. I don't have a lot to say about it because I haven't watched it. I just saw the trailer, so forgive me. That was probably the worst review of something ever. All right. So, on to High Dive. And I wanted to highlight, what's this? Hell Mode. Hell Mode started off really good. And it's funny because Hell Mode reminded me a little bit of like Backstab in the Backwater Dungeon. Like the vibe. Not how it starts, but like the character looks kind of like our boy Light. But this one's so much more lighthearted. Given its name, I thought it would have been a little bit harsher. Like I thought he would have been dealing with more issues. But realistically, the only aspect about it that's hellish is the fact that like it's gonna be hard for him to gain experience. So he's not really living hell mode. It's just like more grindy than usual. But so far, I like the concept of the show. He can summon animals or summon different types of things, and those monsters or whatever they're called can add stats to him. So he pretty much can stack stats by adding summons, which is a pretty cool concept. I like that idea. The Reincarnated Noble has a similar thing where I think the people who are in his service, he gains stat boosts from them. So interesting that we have two anime where people are gaining stat boosts from like ancillary characters. I haven't watched all of Chain Soldier 1. I watched the first episode with my mom, and yeah, I haven't looked back since, but I will be watching Chain Soldiers. Why aren't they highlighting the other great one? So there's another one. Where is it? How are they not highlighting Reincarnated as a dragon hatchling? Which I was super surprised at how well done the first episode was. This is another one that I haven't gotten a chance to see the second episode as of yet. But man, this anime was doing some really good work. Just different. He spent his whole entire first episode being an egg, which is not something I expected. Really, really enjoyed the premise of the show. Just a cool isekai. Not changing the world or anything, but a very, very enjoyable show. So Lee Alex, a friend of mine. So this is when I just started. This is when I first started content creation. I was I had like 10 followers, and one of my followers was a cool guy. His name was Vad Mac, and he was just giving me different anime to check out. And so I went back home. I'm from the Virgin Islands, St. Thomas, and my mom, she's always supported me, and she's just like, hey, so what do you watch? And I'm like, oh, I watch anime, and I have a friend who told me that Chain Soldiers was good. And now I know you got to do research. You got to look these things up before you just throw them on. No, not me. I just threw the episode on, and there were signs. There were signs before it got bad, and I just kind of pushed through. My mom is a very forgiving woman, so God bless her. She does not judge me for what I watch, and she pretty much watches all my anime videos, so she knows what kind of person her son is. I don't really watch ecchi anime, but Chain Soldiers, if you're gonna watch ecchi, I think Chain Soldiers is something you should definitely check out. I do need to get back on Dust Beyond the End of the World. I know I'm venturing back towards 2025 on this. The reason I stopped watching this was like I feel like I got lost in the sauce when we got to the whole mafia family thing. Like they were kind of forcing the I guess they weren't true siblings, but it was just like there's all these other people in the world. You can't find love with someone who's not related to you or you didn't grow up with. But that's neither here nor there. I don't knock people for their preferences. Like, who am I, man? I'm a grown man who loves anime and talks about it on a daily basis. Another anime that I gotta finish, and there's no reason as to why I didn't finish. Oh, you wanna know why I didn't finish it? Is because the dubbed actually was really good. Now, this one, Hero Without a Class, Who Even Needs Skills, is animated by, it's so funny because I think it's Studio A-Cat. I believe it's Studio A-Cat. And Studio A-Cat's claim to fame is how terrible they did T-Bait. But this anime was actually pretty good. I really enjoyed a lot of it. I haven't finished it. I'm like, yeah, I'm over here. I'm on, oh, no. I almost got flagged. I'm on episode like 10. So I got like 3 more. It's pretty good dubbed. I like watching anime dubbed just because I can understand it better. Forgive me, I get that the subbed has better voice acting. but my native language just so happens to be English. And it's just easier for me to really digest everything when I'm watching anime in English. Judge me, it's okay. But I'm gonna try to be doing more lives in 2026. So, you know, if you picked up on this live and you saw it and it was interesting to you, help me come up with some more ideas to do lives. You know, I do owe the 2025 best anime in my top 10. But what other lives, like what other things would you guys like to hear about on lives? I'm open. I'm open to talking about power fantasies. I'm open to talk about my journey through romance. I'm open to talking about psychological thrillers, straight hands. You tell me what you want, and the circle will provide. Silver's circle will provide. But this was just my first live of 2026, talking about anime that I've been enjoying in 2026. And I'm sure that I forgot something. I've definitely forgot like 3 or 4. Let me just go to popular to see if anything pops up. Y'all gonna fight me, but I haven't watched any of My Hero Academia whatsoever. I haven't watched any Fire Force. I gotta get on Apothecary Diaries. I've tried to watch Apothecary Diaries like 6 times. I kid you not. Like, it's just there's something about that show that I'm just like, meh. Love that you guys love Mao Mao, but it's just like boring to me. Meh. Who knows? I am going to watch Solo Campaign for 2. MF Ghost. Whenever I see MF Ghost, I'd be like, motherfucker Ghost. For some reason, it just makes me want to curse. Frieren, I do need to pick up on. I saw the first episode. And oh, please. I'm wish casting. I heard that this was coming back. I haven't heard any more news. I'm hearing news about all sorts of other animes. Please, Lord, please, Moonlit Fantasy, please come back. Oh my God. I almost forgot about the goated show, man. The Darwin Incident. The Darwin Incident is such a great anime. Oh my Lord. Guys, watch the Darwin Incident. Watch the Darwin Incident. If you want to watch something that's going to make you think about shit in different ways, and watch the Darwin Incident, because that should be having me feeling some type of way. Fun fact, the author of Hell Mode set in the afterworld of his first volume of the light novel, The Reincarnated as a Dragon Hatchling. What? Wait, seriously? They're connected? Hell Mode and Dragon Hatchling are connected? Now I gotta look this up. Are they both Naruto stories? Set in the afterworld of it. That's so cool. Thanks for that tidbit. I gotta look into that more. Because it was just like me learning about The Sentence to Be a Hero being the same author as Scum of the Brave. Like, I did not know that. And when I found that out, I was just like, it's just like, the world's a crazy place, man. Like, when you find out these facts after the fact, and they're just like, there's no such thing as irony, right? There just can't be. There's just no way. Oh, man. But yeah, this was another live with your boy Senpai. Oh shit, LJ's live? I didn't even know LJ. See, I'm over here causing issues, man. My boy LJ out here going live too. I'm about to be done now myself. I just wanted to talk about 2026 anime and all the animes I've been watching, and you know, sharing some of them and my little tidbits. But I'm gonna be doing more lives going forward and just talking with people and letting y'all know what's going on. So until next time, it's been a pleasure. Let me know what we should talk about on the next live. Appreciate y'all. Stay safe. Peace.